y'all. These right here. I did a video a few weeks before about this. First of all, I want to apologize for the video because I don't like my computer. Is just I don't like it. I normally do it on my phone because it's sharp. It's sharp. But anyway, and if you're watching this and you see my video before this one, and you're like, why is she wearing the same stuff? It's the same day. I'm just sending these videos out separately. I don't like long videos. I don't like doing long videos, and I like to keep it remotely close to the subject at hand. So today, we're going to talk about these vitamins right here. This is so amazing. I'm going to leave the link below, as always, on how you can order yours and where I get them from and more details. Let me tell you about these powerful pills in a pink pack. I love them. Okay. Now, if you suffer from like joint pain, if you're tired all the time, really your overall health, come to think about it, yeah, I have everything. Yep, it's all in a box, everything, because it's different pills. And then they have it. I love it. And then they have an AM and a PM. You just and you take one in the morning, one pack in the morning, and then you take the pack at night. So I like that because it helps. I don't have to remember, do I need to take this? Have I taken that? I don't have to do all that. It's prepackaged for me. So with that being said, let me go ahead and give you a little history and the background about me of why I even got those vitamins. First of all, I'm 32 years old. Ever since I was around 13, I had to been 13, 12 or 13. You know, I started experiencing a lot of pain. And it started in my fingers. It was in my joints for a long time, and I was always tired. So, of course, around that time, hormones and everything's picking up and all of that, and hitting puberty and all that. So, and going through that, you're gonna be tired. As going through that, you're gonna be tired and everything, which was normal. But I remember it was so extreme to the point to where all I wanted to do was sleep all the time. It was even to the point to where my grandfather, which is my mother's father, his wife didn't even like me. She always called me lazy. She didn't like the fact that I was coming over because she was like, all she's gonna do is sleep. And I was like, I apologize. Get over it. But even it led to my adulthood. And I remember in my early 20s, I used to drive the bus in Houston, the city bus. So, and I was early 20s. So I just charged it off as me being tired because my schedule was crazy, getting up at 3 or having to be just, I didn't have a really consistent schedule. And I'm going to go ahead and try to keep this video under 10 minutes, but I can't guarantee that. So we're going to try to aim for 15 or less. Heads up. So anyway, finally I went on and decided to go ahead and go to the doctor because my joints were hurting too much. My hands. And they've been hurting, like I said, for a few years. Sound like the dog is scratching at. the dog. I don't know. Anyway, um, my joints, my finger, it like doing this was impossible without pain. If I could, and then my fingers. I don't know. When I look at my hands, I smile because it's a complete turnaround since I started using these vitamins. So I my apologies. So anyway, um, so I've been suffering for that for a long time, and then around that time when I went to the doctor, I literally I can't even I can't think of how many doctors I went to. I went to so many different doctors to figure out what was going on with me, not realizing that, my fatigue was connected with even my joint pain. So, I went, like I said, I went from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor. And time out, this is the biggest I've ever been. This is the biggest I've ever been. Like, to me, I'm huge. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm in a 200 club. I'm like 220 right now. You know what I'm saying? I've never been this big. I'm huge. To me, I'm huge. But, and I'm saying all that because back then I was like 180. No, I wasn't even. I didn't start getting up that high until later. But I was I've been 160 to 170, I believe. I didn't start getting to 180 until after I moved. But anyway, I wasn't even 180 yet. So, and keep that in mind. And I'm 5'2". So yeah, I'm short and huge to me. Um, so I went to, like I said, I was going from doctor to doctor, and every time I went to a doctor, they would tell me something rude, just rude. One doctor told me, she was like, "Sweetie, you're just fat. Just lose your weight and you'll be okay." And I'm like, that doesn't make sense because it's in my joints of my fingers. It's not like it's on my knees or on my back. You know what I'm saying? Um, that was weird because I didn't start getting back pain until after, I was involved in a couple car accidents because people in Houston can't drive. So that's a different topic. Um, so, and then I was even told that I just wanted attention. And I'm like, that's not even my character. And then, it was so many, I kept getting told so many things, but I was like, something is wrong. You just have to figure it out. You're the doctor. Do some tests or whatever the case may be, Of course, I wouldn't be rude like that. But, that was going on in my head. So my daddy was like, well, go see my doctor. She's really good. I almost said something. I'm sorry. This lady, she was the one who told me, she was like, "Sweetie, you're just morbidly obese. You just need to lose some weight and the pain will go away." And I was like, and I told her right then, I told her right then, and I was like, well, ma'am, I've been dealing with this since I was 13. I wasn't overweight. I ran cross country, track. When I graduated high school, I was weighing in at 110. How was I overweight with the same issues that I'm having now? That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, she said something. I forgot what it was. So anyway, long story short, yeah, 'cause I'm already at 10 minutes. Let's make this long story short. Anyway, kind of find out. Finally, it was a new doctor. She tested me. She was like, because they kept testing me for lupus and arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, RA. And, because they kept saying that, clearly I have the symptoms of lupus and RA. And but they couldn't figure out what was going on. So, finally, a new doctor, she tested me. She was like, "I'm going to go ahead and test you." She goes, "I know you've been tested already for this, but I'm going to test you again. I'm going to test you for lupus and RA, and I'm also going to go ahead and test your vitamin levels." I was like, okay, that's weird, but I'm not going to knock it. My vitamin levels were so low to where when I went and got my results, they were like, "Sweetie, I don't even know how you're even standing in front of me right now. She said, your vitamins are so low. And I was like, is that what was that the issue? It was like, yeah. I was like, I had no knowledge of how important it was. My vitamin B12, my vitamin D. Anyway, been dealing with that for years because they put me on some medication and then it stopped. You know, the medication they put me on or whatever, and that was only for like 6 months. Did it, and then they said that I should be fine from that point on. Well, that wasn't the case. It ended up coming back, and it ended up coming back worse to the point to where oh, hold on. I apologize. Um, oh, I'm already at 11 minutes. No. Okay, so let me try to hurry on and wrap this up. Basically, so like I said, like it was 2 years ago. When I moved from Texas to here to Mississippi, um, my body ended up for some reason just taking a toll. It literally went from being just okay to it was a downward spiral. It was horrible. It was my joints. I was literally hurting from here all the way to my toes. Literally all the way to my toes. My joints, they ached so bad to where like my fingers would stay stuck like this. Um, and then I have to warm them up under some hot water just so I can go ahead and move them. It would be I would be in pain constantly, and it was to the point to where a few occasions my husband would literally um have to get me out of the bed. He have to help me out of bed just so I can walk to the bathroom to take care of my business. um I was in so much pain, and I would sleep all of the time. He would complain about that. And I was like, sweetie, I'm not being lazy. He swore up and down I was being lazy. I'm like, I promise I'm not being lazy. I don't understand why I'm doing this. I went to the doctor. Went to his doctor because he was like, I got an amazing doctor. Woo, woo, woo. I was like, okay, well, let me go check him out. So I went to the doctor or whatever. And then it was like, your vitamin levels are critical. And I was like, critical? And he was like, yeah. He was like, the way he was talking, I thought he was going to hospitalize me. And I was like, not feeling that, but whatever. So he ended up putting me on some medication, the vitamin D medication, and also I had to start taking shots for my B12. Well, came back in for a follow up. My vitamin levels would not, well, my B12 would not come up. My D came up a little, but my B12 did not come up as much as it should have. Um, and they were like, we don't know what's going on, da da da. So ended up having to keep doing a follow up or whatever. And it just came down to the point to where my B12s, they just remain low. So I'm like, great. So I'm gonna take shots for the rest of my entire life. I don't like needles. I just don't. So, and my husband or my daughter would have to give me a shot in my arm. And then on top of that, I don't know why, but the Walmart that, I had to go pick up my medication from, they clearly saw I needed needles. Why they treated me like a crackhead? Like, no offense, none. I apologize ahead of time, but I would go there. I'm like, okay, I'm new to this needle game. I need a needle for my B12. I don't know what to get. And so, the first time I went, I went and picked up the needles. No, I didn't. I think yeah, the first time the first time I got them, I think I picked up like a couple needles or whatever. And I was like, I don't know which kind to get. This and other was so the lady was there. The lady who helped me out that day, she was really nice. So, well, I didn't get enough needles to last for my medication period, you know. So I think I had needed like 3 more needles or whatever. So when it came back around for me taking, because at that time I was taking it, it was supposed to be, it was weird, you know. But anyway, it ended up being every other week. You know, I needed my medication every other week. So when I went back up to Walmart, you know, it was close time for me to go ahead and start, because I take them on Fridays. Well, I used to take them on Friday. I don't take them anymore. I get to that. So, um, you know, I was gonna take them on Friday. So I went. It was like on a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever. I went to Walmart, and I was like, "Yeah, I need noodles." I told her, I was like, I said, I really don't know what size. I said, but you can look me up in the system. But you know, or whatever. And I have B12. Da da da. I went through that whole little speech. She was like, "You need needles," and I was like, "Yes, I need needles." You know, I then went through my whole little speech of why I need my needles and how you can look me up. I've given you my birthday, my everything you needed to know. The information's in the system. I just need a few needles so I can go ahead and have my medication. That's it. Because if I don't have it, well, we'll get to that. Well, at that time, if I didn't have my medication with my B12, there was no way in the world for me to stay up. Like, if I miss a medication, if I miss my dosage or whatever, not even a whole week after me missing my dose, um, you would swear up and down that I've been up for like 9 days, and I just can't, you know, and I couldn't sleep. And now all of a sudden it's just crashing down on me because I would literally sleep for days and I couldn't stay up and I couldn't remember anything. You know, I remember one day I literally, it was like a Saturday. I remember it was a Saturday, and I remember Sunday came rolling around, and I was like, "What happened to Saturday?" There was like my husband and my daughter was like, "You slept all day." They said you got up, did some, you know, they said I got up and did this and that and other, and I did my daughter's hair. And I was like, I don't remember doing my daughter's hair, but clearly I did it because no one else is gonna do it like that. But and that's not a really good feeling. So anyway, I start ordering these pills for my daddy, not pink ones because the pinks are for ladies. But I had, you know, I got him the 50 plus, you know, and he said that they started to work really well on him. This video is really long. So anyway, he said that the vitamins, they actually worked really well with him. So I was like, okay, so, you know, and I already did my research because, like I said, I already shop at this company anyway. And you know, when they start promoting the vitamins and everything, I was like, well, let me have my daddy try them first. You know, so I bought them for my daddy and all that. My daddy was like, and my daddy's the type of guy to where, you know, if he feels like you're wasting your money, he will let you know. And so, as I was getting from my daddy, and I was like, Daddy, you know, I was like, how are you liking the vitamins? Da 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 da. He was like, I love these vitamins. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and that was last year when I, you know, when I started that with him. And so I decided to go ahead and start taking these. I bought them, started taking them, and that was this month, earlier this month. Actually, I think it was like the first week of this month. And right now it's already the 27th. So the first week, I kid you not, no lie, the first week, it was like had to have been on the third or fourth day. It wasn't even a whole week. I started noticing a difference. I started having more energy. I started and when I started, I I stopped taking my medication. I stopped all my medication, my blood pressure medication. Because I don't suggest you do it unless whatever, you know your body. If you're confused, go talk to your doctor. But me, on the other hand, I wanted to go ahead and see if these are going to work all the way 100% with my body because I don't like taking medication. I don't like having high blood pressure. I don't like um, being in pain all the time. I don't like being tired all the time. And I don't like depending on medication, especially dealing with needles. So I decided to go ahead and just take myself off just to see how it works. And I decided that, if I needed my medication, I have it here as a backup, but I'm not going to try to depend on it. So I went on, like I said, these are AM PM pills. I started taking them as directed on the pack. You're supposed to take one in the morning. Well, take a pack in the morning, take a pack at night, and preferably take it with a meal. So I would eat my breakfast in the morning, eat 2 eggs, and then I'll go ahead and eat this, or not eat. Gross. I'll go ahead and take these, and then at night, of course, I'll take it with my dinner. Y'all, like I mentioned before, with my vitamins, with my joint issue, I wasn't able to do this. My hands were always swollen. I wasn't able to do none of this without pain. I was constantly in pain. I'm able to stand up because, like I mentioned before, involved in some car accidents in my back, my lower back. Um, it would be painful to stand up sometimes. So, but I'm able to stand up without pain. I'm able to go ahead and I have a lot more. And it's 6:30 in the morning right now. 6:30 in the morning, and I'm doing this video. And I'm up. I'm not tired. I'm not drowsy. I'm not none of that. Um, when on average I would have been knocked out. To be honest with you, I've been getting up at 3 in the morning every day because of these pills. I will get me a good night's sleep. I will wake up at 3 in the morning every day, cook my husband his breakfast because he got to be up and get up. He leaves at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up, I'll cook his breakfast, I'll cook my daughter's breakfast, and I'll cook me 2 eggs. You know, um, and that's it. I'm up and I'm not dragging out of bed when I used to drag out of bed. I used to drag out of bed at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, I used to drag out of bed. Now I'm up before my alarm goes off. My alarm is set for 3 o'clock. I'm up around 2 something and I'm reading. I'm up, energy. And when I get up, I'm literally rolling out of bed, skipping to the kitchen because I have no pain in my joints. So if you're suffering from any pain or joint pain, um, any issues like that, this stuff is really, y'all. This stuff is really good. Anyway, this video is super long, and I apologize. That's all I can think of right now. If you suffer from any of that stuff, just go ahead and let me know. Well, you don't even have to let me know. You can if you want to. I don't mind. I really don't. But I know I'm not the only one out there who I was suffering from, you know, all that, and they couldn't figure out what's going on with me. They did all these tests. I even had a doctor, a specialist. They claim she was the best one here in town. I don't know what to say about her. I was like, if that's your best, I for sure don't want to meet your worst because she lied about the test. Which, okay, before I end this, it's already 25 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to hurry up. First of all, if you're gonna test someone on something, be honest about it. That's my thing. I don't care. You can test me on any and everything. You can test me on. I don't care. But be honest about it. Because at first she was like, "I'm gonna go ahead." They said that she said that she was gonna go ahead and give me a. She was like, "I know you already had tests on lupus and RA and some other," but she was like, "Because you're having signs," and this was way back last year. She was like, "Because you're still having severe signs of uh RA and lupus." She was like, "From what you're telling me," she's like, "It sounds like you have it," but she was like, "It's a different way we can test." Oh, I hate it when people lie. She said it's a different way we can go ahead and test for you know, to go ahead and see if you have RA and lupus. I said, okay. I said, that's fine. We can go ahead and test. She was like, because if you might have, she went into all these details. I was like, that's fine. That's fine. I was like, we can go ahead and test. I said, I don't mind. I said, I'm just trying to figure out. At that point, I wasn't sure why I'm still suffering from all of that. And she was like, okay, well, um, so, she did blood work on me, right? Which again, okay, so she did blood work on me. And she never called and told me, anything. So I had to go on the little patient portal thing. So I went on the patient portal and I saw my results. So I'm looking through my results and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, first of all, I was like, I don't know what this is, but it said negative. Everything came up negative or normal. And then so because first thing I went to the right hand side, I'm reading everything. I'm like, okay, normal, normal, negative, negative, negative. I was like, okay, well, I went over here. I was like, what did she test for anyway? So some of them I didn't know what it was. And then next thing you know, I saw it was HIV negative. It was, what was it? It was all kind of immune disorders, which I'm okay with you testing me on anything. I'm okay with that. My thing is, don't lie to me. Don't try to trick me to try to. I will willingly give you what maybe you won't, you know. But I mean, I kind of lost a little respect for her on that because, and then what really made me really not like her was, and mind you, she's supposed to be the best one here in town. Was, so I'm reading all this. First of all, no one called me and told me anything. I had to figure it out on my own. Secondly, when I decided to go ahead, I went on and emailed her. And so I emailed her. When I emailed her, because it, had a little whatever said, any questions, email me here, da da da. I went on and emailed her. I was like, if, mind you, this is the biggest I've ever been. Now, and I'm talking about something that happened way back a year ago. So I asked her, I said, if everything's coming up negative and normal, what else could be wrong with me? Because I was like, I'm constantly in pain. I'm trying not to say anything negative. This lady, this female, told me that first she went on to say, because she said a few things. First she said that she was like, I don't know, maybe you just need to mind you, wait, let's time out. Rewind. When her and I were sitting in that office and we are going over everything, she automatically assumed that I eat fried food. I don't eat fried food. Everything I grew up, we baked everything. Everything was baked. Vegetables and fruits were in every meal. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't too big on the rice and well, we everything we did was more on the health note. You know what I'm saying? It was wheat, this, all that. So she was like, in the office visit before the testing, she was like, well, she was like, you need to stay away from the fried food. I was like, I don't even eat fried food. I don't eat fried food. Um, and I said, and then I said, when I do is once every blue moon, and that's when I go to KFC. And that's once every blue moon, you know. And then she was like, then she'll switch it up, saying, well, maybe you need to stay away from the junk food. What junk food? We don't have chips or nothing in this house. We don't even drink. I'm confused. I was so confused. And I was like, ma'am, I don't. She was like, well, maybe this and maybe that. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, fast forward to the email. She was like, well, maybe it's your she was like, well, you are morbidly obese. I'm like, morbidly? How? You know, that just sounds like I'm out of space. And so, anyway, she was like, "You are morbidly obese and you need to lose a significant amount of weight." So, it sounds like your weight is the issue and all of your eating bad habits are catching up to you. And I was like, "Really?" And so she was like, and she's, I forgot what else she said. It was because it was like going back and forth. And then she was like, you need to just go ahead and just lose the weight and then you'll be fine. And it's not other. And then she was like, because there's nothing wrong with you. And it's not other. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I apologize. It's not other. I forgot what else. I think I asked her one more question. I forgot what it was. Because again, it was like a year ago. She was like, with the, I know her response though. Her response was, well, maybe you're just trying to seek attention. I'm like, here we go again with this attention seeking. I'm not doing that. For what? Why would I do that? Why would I sit here and then you're a specialist? So I got to pay extra to see you to seek some attention. I can get that from my husband. My daughter wants my attention. I can give her that. Why would I sit here and pay you if I wanted some attention? Are you kidding? And then on top of that, y'all tested me on everything. So you see that I'm not lying about the pain and the me being tired. You see that. Matter of fact, she saw my hands start to swell while we were in the office together. We were in the office and it started to swell. My finger first swelled up, and then it went from this finger, then it went to this finger, and then it went to my thumb. All this, it swelled up while her and I were sitting there talking. But yet I want some attention. That doesn't even make sense. So if this is your best, I do not want to see your worst. I don't. I don't even want to see anyone else. I was so upset. I was so upset. So I ended up finding a new doctor. Anyway, I found a new, she's a nurse practitioner. She's amazing. She figured out, you know. But anyway, long story short, if you're having issues, get these pills. Link will be below. Chit chat with me, and I can go ahead and help you out to see what, whatever, because there's actually three different kinds. There's the men, women, and then there is the ones for 50 plus. Of course, naturally, I'm going to take the women because that is what I am. And then on top of that, there's so many other things that helps out with your overall health. Like I mentioned in the other video, we have the for the fiber, we have Crave Blocker. Even the coffee is premium coffee. But anyway, I don't have everything right here, right now. And then on top of that, there's so many more stuff. I'm already over my little time limit that I like to do. And I apologize for going over. I hope this helps someone. If it helped you at all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and uh and share it to someone who you know that's gonna benefit from this video, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's suffering. My fingers are no longer swollen. My fingers used to stay swole. My hands used to stay swole. I know you probably can't tell because you don't know me, but anyway, it is after 6:30. I went a way longer than what I wanted to. And I still need to go ahead and get my day started because I got to go to the gym at 8. And I like to watch this particular person on YouTube because he's amazing. And his stuff is like an hour or so long. And we literally will watch it while I work because I work from home. I love it. 2 home businesses, and I will watch it while I work. Anyway, y'all stay healthy. Much love. And again, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave my information below so you can contact me. And I'm going to leave a little bit more information below about where I shop. I hope it helped. All right. Bye, everyone.